What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another formation video. This time around we have the 4-3-3-5, so it's the one with the centre forward. Now most strikers in this game can play centre forward anyway, so yeah, I'm using the meta players at this point in time, those players that are in the meta. I'm just seeing if it plays any differently when you use certain types of players. I have researched the hell out of meta players, and currently these are the ones that I have in the club. I do have some others that are in the club as well, but these are the ones I'm trying and testing at the minute. You can see we're not quite full chem. We're close, but we're not quite there yet anyway, so I'm still working on that. So anyway, it's the 4-3-3-5. When you defend, you basically defend in a 4-1-4-1, which is pretty cool. I quite like the way it defends. So it defends, like I say, in a 4-1-4-1. So it looks like this in defense. That is pretty solid, if you ask me. You know, you have the added bonus of the 2 banks of 4, and in between the 2 banks of 4 you have the DM, and then of course you have the striker, and it is just absolutely solid. It's so hard to break down. It is really nice to play with this type of formation. Usually we defend in a 4-4-2, however the 4-1-4-1 is so much better to defend against. So anyway, let's jump into the tactics on this one. We are balanced 55-65, fast build-up play, direct passing at 50, 7 in the box for corners, free kicks, etc, etc. 3 from corners, 1 from free kicks. Now we're using fast build-up. I have used balanced. Wasn't quick enough getting forward for my liking, so I just changed that to fast build up, and that's how I prefer it. Now obviously, as always guys, we're going to drop some gameplay so you can see how this plays, how it plays in attack and how it plays in defense, and then we'll come back and we'll do the instructions. So we'll start this game from the very beginning, from, you know, so rather than showing you the full 15-16 minutes of this game, right from kickoff, I don't change nothing. I'm just keeping it as it is. As I've said previously in other videos, it's all about taking those first couple of minutes to kind of figure out your opponent. And yeah, after the first couple of attacks, I knew he just wanted to do that R1 dribbling, which is where the meta defenders come into play. They don't take none of that. I mean, you can see there I'm using the second man press, and then right at the last second, Orban gets his foot in. And this is why I'm trying, like I said, this is why I'm trying the meta players at this point in time, just to see if it makes a difference to my gameplay, which, based on this game, it really did. So yeah, like I say, I was just trying to figure out my opponent, how he was going to play, whether he was going to change from a 4-3-3 or to a 4-3-2-1. He stuck to the 4-3-3-4, and you can see how my team is lined up. Takes me a little while to get going, but once I get going, it's pretty cool. So you can see there the 4 defenders in a line. Vieira, the DM, it is that shield. You know, everybody is getting back into position. We're getting into that 4-1-4-1 position again. Orban, what a great card that is as well. First time I've used him. What a great centre back to use. So quick. Again, this is where the 4-3-3-5 comes into play, because you've got that left wing, comes in, gets a nice save. A little bit fortunate to get the rebound, but however, we get the rebound, and that's all that matters. So we're 1-0 up. Again, you can see there the 4 at the back, the DM, the front 4-5, if you like. We're just, at this point, we're just switching it around. You can see now that Garrincha puts his hand up for the ball. We get a nice little switch going on, and yeah, he can't cope with that. His defence can't get to me quick enough. Once that space is opened up on those wings and you get that switch, it's really, really difficult to defend against. And you can see we're just taking our time. We've so many passing options in this, the way this formation is set out. You know, even in attack, when it's a 4-3-3-5 in attack, you still have those, you know, those passing options here. There's literally 3 players he can pass to on the left. And again, we get a nice little goal that, we want to call it luck, but she's in the box. She's in the right place at the right time. And again, our defence here, that defence it was unstoppable. He couldn't get past my defence in this game, which was pretty good. And again, we get a nice 1-2 going with the wing, get the striker involved. Again, I think the goalkeeper here was going out to get some orange juice or something because he was just walking away from the ball. That was a really strange. I don't know if my opponent moved him, but you can see here the keeper's going one way and then De Jong just, wow. The agility for that goal there was pretty good. At this point, we're 4-0 up. He's still trying that agile dribbling thing. We're not buying it at this point. We know he's going to try and do it. So in those instances, you do not dive in. You just wait for him to kind of run into you. And again here, a nice little bit of skill from Berbatov. We've got players in the box, and Vieira, believe it or not, gets us a nice little goal, which that's the first game. And then we get off to a really bad start with the second game. We are 2-0 down, 30th minute. I mean, this opponent is got a good team and is very good at the press. You can see how high up his defenders are, and yeah, we just have to break that defensive line, which we do with Berbatov, you know. So yeah, we get one back, 2-1. At this point, the pressure is just relentless. So what I'm trying to do is do a bit of wing play. So we get the ball out wide here, as you can see, and then, you know, we're just then trying to pull the midfielders into position. We outnumber them in the box, and we get a nice little lucky goal there to bring it back 2-2. And then straight from kick-off, you can kind of see his style or she's style of gameplay. We're just using a second man press just to try and nullify this, because I know if he's on a goal, he's going to score, because it'll be the kick-off goal. So that's what I'm trying to stop. He gets a really bad switch. Then we manage to pick the ball up, and again, it's a 1v1 here. We lose the ball, but our press is pretty good in the midfield. We're outnumbering him in the midfield, and then we get a nice little 1-2, and we get another goal. So, you know, at this point we're 3-2 in the 83rd minute, and then he just goes all out attack, and we're just like, I'm shitting myself at this point, thinking it's just going to be another draw. You know, all that effort and coming back into the game, and he's just going to score. But luckily, we get that save from Van der Sar, and he's a pretty good goalkeeper in this game. Again, the switch out to Werner. Werner's pretty good in the air, so he's 9 times out of 10 he's going to win those balls. And again, that switch there pulls his left back right out of position. It's just a case of trying to hold the ball up and trying to get people in the box. A little bit of skill. He overcommits, gets a penalty. So yeah, we started this second game 2-0 down, and we come back and we get the win at 4-2. So yeah, it's always good to show the good with the bad, and this formation and these players are really good. The instructions are really like balanced, if you like. So it's left back and right back run, stay back while attacking. However, in game I changed that to attacking to begin with. Once I get 1 or 2 goals, I then change it back to stay back while attacking. So just bear that in mind, guys. That is how I use this formation. The DM is on balance defense, stay back while attacking, cover center. The 2 CMs are on cover center and balanced, as you can see, and then the center forward is on getting behind and stay forward. Now this little diamond you see here is pretty nice in attack. You can make so many good passing moves. 1-2s, you've got your nice little triangles. It is so good, especially if you use the right type of centre forward, which in this case is Berbatov. He is really good. And then your 2 CMs, they just get forward so many times, and they create that 4-1, I don't know, 4-1-5 if you like. And then with the added bonus, you've got your 2 wide players. Now the 2 wide players I've got on come back on defence, cut inside, getting behind, getting the box for crosses. That is where your 4-1-4-1 comes from. So bear that in mind. They're not super wide. You can effectively say, you know, sometimes this will play as like a 4-1-2-1-2. It does act like that sometimes, which is pretty good. So this formation is very versatile, depending on who you send on runs, who you call back to you, and stuff like that. And then with the added bonus of sending these guys on runs as well, it just makes it an all-out attack. Very comfortable going forward, very comfortable in defence as well. And with the added bonus of using the meta players, which makes this team, you know, it's not unbeatable, but people struggle. And then once I get that 1 or 2 goals, they just quit on me because they've tried so hard to break it down. It's so difficult to break down. Now, this doesn't work on old gen. So this is just purely for new gen. So for new Xbox, new PlayStation 5, etc., etc. So bear that in mind. I would highly recommend this formation and these type of players in the weekend league. especially weekend league coming up, just so you can get a feel for this. And this formation is so underrated as well, and the meta players, people tend to stay away from meta players, but I'm going more towards them at this point in time, especially with the size of squads that I have. So yeah, let me know what you think to this one. Hit that like button if you like what you see. Comment, let me know what you think to the 4-3-3-5. It's not that often you come up against it, and I'm interested to see people's opinions. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to hit that 800 mark before we get to TOTS. So yeah, if you can share the hell out of this and subscribe, that would be amazing. Until next time, everybody, take care.